of this. We have a guest analyst for our first segment. Equipment man extraordinaire Todd O'Bilas. How are you, sir?
Great. How are you?
My partner's nowhere to be found, so I appreciate you taking one for the team here.
I think Sean's just showing up a few details here. He'll be up here in a moment.
Big buzz here in the community, huh?
It's great. It's really nice to see a lot of fans here, but they've been here all year, and it's been was it third or fourth sellout in a row?
Yep, something like that.
I mean, they really get behind their pointers this year, like always.
Like always.
Yes.
So, as we come through, can you believe there is only 2 regular season games left here?
No.
It just goes by so fast, doesn't it?
No, and the thing is, I don't think I can remember the first game that we had. I mean, we sit on that bus trip
all the time. And
yep.
It comes back and forth, and here you go. But hey, this team's got a lot at stake here over this final weekend.
Yes, it does.
You can put a serious jolt through everybody here tonight, get a win here tonight, and wrap up the road coming through Stevens Point.
Yeah, and Stouts can be they're going to be a tough squad to start off. You got to think of the first game right here, right now, and you just got to keep your foot on the gas, which they've been doing.
All right. Our man Wilson Northey will make his debut tonight. First game in the lineup.
Number 20 is in.
Coach said it wasn't kidding you. We're going to need you sometime. I don't know if it's the first game or the last, but boy, how about that kid coming out as a freshman, packed house? He's got to be jacked up for that.
Oh yeah, I saw him in the locker room before the game, and he was fully engaged. He was ready to go.
All right, you passed with flying colors here, sir. Thanks for hopping on.
All right, always a pleasure, Tom.
All right,
good luck to you.
Best to the fan.
I'll hand it over to the true professional.
All right, the true professional. All right, Todd O'Bilas here joining us here. Pointers getting set to take on UW-Stout, as it is the regular season finale here from KB Willett Arena. Stevens Point 21-0-2 on the season, and for UW-Stout they come in at 13-9-1. Hello, friend.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, good.
Excellent. Stout comes in here tonight, Sean. This is a team that's in last place. Have had some success non-conference-wise, but just can't seem to get it going in the WIAC.
Yeah, I did some quick adding before I got to the rink today, Tommy. They're getting outscored 21-7 in conference play. So the goal, obviously having some trouble scoring goals against conference opponents, and that kind of leads to the 0-5-1 conference record that they have. But a team that has caught fire. They played Augsburg very tight in an overtime matchup. They played Eau Claire tight. With a goaltender like Tommy Algren, Tommy, you can't take anything for granted. You got to jump on him right away, especially with this big house that's filling in here at Willett Arena.
Yep, and the way things work out here tonight, Sean, a win by Stevens Point tonight would solidify the playoff field here for the WIAC. Superior, I tell you what, an impressive win by them on the road last night. They went to River Falls and beat the Falcons by a score of 3-1, so they clinched that third spot, meaning the 4-5 is up to grabs. And basically what happens, Stevens Point gets a win here tonight. They clinch the 1 seed and lock Stout into the 5 seed, so that means all 5 teams would be set in. Stout looking to try to come into the weekend and get a pair of wins and try to host that 4-5 game next weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. The only way they can do that is by sweeping this weekend, so a big win here at Willett Arena, and then they have to beat the Falcons on home ice tomorrow night. So, man, it would be nice just to take care of business as far as the WIAC goes tonight with the Pointers with a win.
Might be a classic trap game with that big matchup with Eau Claire, the third-ranked team in the country, coming up tomorrow night here, Sean, but we're going to have another sellout here tonight. You got 6 seniors taken to the ice for the final time in their regular season of their career. Job one, getting those 6 fellas out of here who are all in the lineup here tonight.
Yes, they are.
And getting them out of here with a win.
Oh, absolutely. That's job one for these seniors. Got a chance to talk to Ryan Bittner before the game tonight. Had a great conversation with him about his time here at Stevens Point. And these 6 seniors, man, they have seen it all, and they would be well rewarded with a sellout crowd and a big conference win to clinch a regular season title for the Pointers.
And I tell you what, the other thing is, you've had a couple of times where some seniors on the bubble of the lineup here tonight. Not the case here tonight. All 6 of these fellas in. They're going to need them. A couple of things going on with the Pointers lineup-wise. Baxter Cantor, what may be a significant injury for him on that final play toward the end of the Superior game. They're going to talk some options about rehabbing whatever, but looks like he could miss some extended time. Brennan Miller also not in the lineup lineup here tonight, and the thought is he's got some nagging things here, and going to save him for tomorrow night, seems to be the impression. So that means the freshman out of North Vancouver, British Columbia, Wilson Northey, makes his pointer debut here tonight.
Yeah, what a way for the freshman to get his first start here tonight, being able to play in front of this big house and in a big conference game. Yep. Great chance to take advantage of a situation and get yourself in the lineup.
That it is. All right, we're going to take a break a little bit earlier than normal here because it is senior night. So we're going to get to Pointers coach Tyler Krieger so that we can bring you the senior introductions here as part of our pregame show. Stevens Point and Stout in WIC action. Back with the head coach of the Pointers after this 2-minute timeout on Sportsfan 100.5. to go in the power play. Qualiata lost the handle on it, but Colin Raver does a nice job to get it back, and what do we have?
Nets off, Tommy.
Nets off again with 3:15 to go here in the third.
They're going to get a change here. And both teams will get a change, but goodness, Tommy, the Pointer power play, that first unit looking a little bit better as they're able to get some pucks moving around and getting things going.
All right. I have on good authority the gremlins are gone from the press box regarding our electronic equipment here. So those of you on the Pointer video feed, sorry that you've missed the first 16 minutes and 45 seconds of a very wacky first period, if you couldn't tell from audio silence. But we are back now.
Perfect.
Back and better than ever, right?
That's what they say.
I guess so.
So
now we're getting a discussion here.
They're just watering down the marsh pegs down at the other side here.
Minute 24 remaining in the Goose on Main power play. Shots even at 10 apiece. Stevens Point on their second power play of the night. Face off to the right side of Tommy Ahlgren. Boy, both goaltenders have been the story here in the first period. O'Brien chases after it. Colin Raver tried to get to it. Stout will jam it there. Connor Velasano with it. Big hit in the
Raver
near
thought
side.
he took a penalty, Tommy.
Now it's Tanner Carty out high to Qualiata. Zips it cross ice to Zach. Zach throws it to the side of the net to Kelly O'Brien. He will circle off, ran into the referee and had to feed it up. Zach's got to hustle in to get it. They go deep out of the reach of Raver. He'll let it go to Carty on the near side. Stout with a double team here as Joe Clevin comes in to get it. And it is Kelly O'Brien with it. Feeds it out. Zach with a one-time shot. Olay save made by Ahlgren. And it comes out all the way around. Qualiata pushes it ahead. Zach's got to wait. Now they're back on side. Zach pulls it in on the far side. O'Brien to the front of the net. There's nothing there. Zach now looks to send it deep behind the net to Raver. He'll reverse back far side. 35 to go in the man advantage for Stevens Point. O'Brien, good job to keep it alive and then dumps it behind the net toward Carty. But Tanner Carty's been on the ice a ton in this first period. Now Raver with it. Back to Carty in the near corner. Tanner Carty circles. Walks through two defenders. Feeds it to the middle to Raver. Raver can't get free for a shot. Tanner's got to pull the trigger there. It is Qualiata with it now on the near side. Carty coming off. They'll flip it far side to Zach. Zach with a long shot redirected. Pad save made there as TJ Rue gets a shot. 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. And Stout, here's a bad turnover. McElhaney fires a shot to goal. Terrible turnover by the Blue Devils. 1 second remaining in the Goose on Main power play. McElhaney strikes for Stevens Point. On the Goose on Main power play, it's 1-0.
Isn't that one of the cardinal sins, Tommy, on the penalty kill, to never clear it up the middle of the ice? And no look pass by the defense crew of the Blue Devils went right to Luke McElhaney's stick. He beats Ahlgren stick side and high, no doubt about it, his 7th of the year, and the Pointers are up 1-0 on a big power play goal.
Boy, Sean,
that will kill you every time, Tommy.
Former Pointer coach Mark Mazzolini, if he's listening, I can still remember him screaming, never clear it up the middle. All right, Pointers dump it back in, and Ahlgren right up into the netting and gets out of play. But, boy, I tell you what, Luke McElhaney, Sean, give him credit because that puck came to him, was kind of wildly bouncing around, and he was able to corral it and blister a wrist shot that beat Ahlgren cleanly. And they're saying McElhaney unassisted at 18:09, correct?
Yes, correct, my friend.
All right. Face-off will come to the left side of Tommy Ahlgren.
That was a terrible turnover. Yeah. As bad as the Stephen Qualiata turnover was, that was...
All right, here's Fader, leaves it back. McElhaney, another shot. Drew McLean with the shot that time. And there's a save made by Ahlgren. Pointers trying to strike again on the near side, jamming it ahead. Austin Jackson coming in, a 2-on-1 developing. Toe drag there, but flat on his belly. Drew McLean clears it out. Near side it goes. Stout turnover right in front. Connor Reichman gets a piece of it. Shot fired, deflected, out of play. You talk about team defense here. McLean blocks 2 shots. Jordan Fader. And that, toward the end, ends up being, I believe, off of Reichman's blocker and up and out of play.
Yeah, and even give a mark to Connor Reichman as he knew that puck was coming back out in front. He got his stick on it to impede a one-timer from the top of the far face-off circle and make that puck go up in the air to take that one-time shot away.
All right, face-off. Stout controls. They'll send it deep out of the reach of Bittner. Connor Velasano after it on the near side for Stout. Duffin tries to drag it free from him. And pokes it ahead. Austin Kelly 2-on-1 with Wilson Northey. Here comes Kelly. Kelly coming into Northey. Shot! No, just missed a wide open net. I don't know how the Pointer didn't tally his first career goal as he missed a wide open net. Far side, Stout chips it around. Bittner will pick it up. Lucas Carroll trying to get around him but can't. Very smart play by Bittner to hold up or it would have been interference. Now near side, rink wide pass. Bittner on the red line far side takes a hit. Stout back the other way ahead to Velasano. He'll chip it deep to Beauvais on the far side. Kelly O'Brien out of his reach, but he got enough on it to clear it out of the zone. Stout sends it back in. Connor Reichman. Boy, he's dialed in here tonight. Near side, leaves it to Beauvais. 25 seconds remaining here in the first period. Now long outlet pass coming back the other way. Duffin throws, Cardi in front of the net. Kelly O'Brien is hammered out of the way. Couple of big hits in front of the net, Sean. The net knocks off its mooring, and boy, I tell you what, Tommy Hogan looks to be giving it to his own mates here.
Yeah, he was upset with the lack of puck possession in front of his own net. Kelly O'Brien was able to pick up a loose rebound in front. Took a heck of a hit. Looks like he'll be okay, Tommy. Otherwise, it's 2-0. Stevens Point if that hit doesn't happen. So, 15.1 seconds left here in the period.
Could you draw it up better for Wilson Northey, though?
Oh, poor guy.
Poor guy.
Oh, goodness. It should be 2-0.
Cernahouse feeds it around far side, 10 seconds to go, and long outlet pass. Alleman gets a piece of it. O'Brien sends it deep. That'll go in, and best identified here is a helter-skelter first period comes to an end. Well, Sean, Stevens Point with a big power play goal to get a lead after 20 minutes.
A big power play goal, just not for the lead, but the health of the power play, as the Pointers really need to get that power play going here in this last week and then going into the playoffs. So a good job of the Pointers to tally once on the power play, and they'll have a 1-0 lead going into the second period.
All right, as Pointers will head to the locker room here, and we'll get it. That was fun.
That was a good period, up and down. That's how Stout wants to play, though.
It's a coach crazy killer, but for us, it was fun here as we'll check the health and well-being here. And Pointer assistant coach Evan Dixon is kind of a helter-skelter first period there, coach. But I tell you what, you've been wanting your power play to come around, get a big power play goal to get you the lead.
1 second left.
Yeah.
That's why they make it 2, I guess.
Take it. What senior night? You see this sometimes. Last game. There's kind of some
lots of emotions.
weird juju and emotions going around here. But you just got to buckle her back in here, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of emotions going into the game. We're playing against a Stout team that comes out super hard. We know that that's their game plan, and they threw everything they had at us there. Like you said, a big power play goal for us. Kind of weathered the storm and built some momentum there late in the period.
And you got your goaltender to make some big saves too.
Yeah, some huge saves for us. They really kept us in it.
Your power play's been struggling. You get pretty excited and then give up a shorthanded breakaway. That could have been a killer, but that's why you lean on your goaltender, who's been so solid for you all year.
100%. I mean, could have gone the other way there, that power play.
The best thing you drew up was putting 5 seniors out there together, and they were buzzing from the get-go.
We were just missing Stronger there.
Yeah.
We thought about putting him in net.
Put him in net. There you go. So, all right, as you come out here in the second period, is it about details here? Is that really what the bottom line is?
We just need to simplify our game, take a deep breath, stick to our game plan, and things will take care of themselves.
Your D-men, they're coming after you hard on the forecheck.
Yeah.
What do you got to do to maybe improve that a little bit? Is it that first pass that's quicker, or just possess it and bring it out?
We just need to anticipate their pressure a little bit quicker. We know what we're doing, so we need to just be thinking a little bit less and use our instincts out there for a D.
Not a bad house here tonight, huh?
No,
this place is nuts, isn't it?
It's awesome. Yeah.
It's going to be fun. All right, Coach, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Pointer assistant coach Evan Dixon here. Stevens Point, a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll get you a first period recap. We got some scores to get to. We'll fill you in on some of the things going on around the country as well. But more importantly, Sean, Stevens Point with a 1-0 lead. Good to have a lead here after a period.
Really good. Yes, absolutely. It's a little helter-skelter action back and forth, Tommy. Super important. The Pointers to keep this Stout team down. You don't want them to believe any more than what they're at right now.
A period like that, as funky as it was,
you got through it.
If you're behind coming out of that period, it can be all doom and gloom here, but you got to go. All right, 1-0 Stevens Point. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back with the first period recap. Stevens Point leading Stout 1-0. This is Pointers Hockey on Sports Fan 100.5. All right, shots are 14-10. All right, back here at Willard Arena. Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon, as our first intermission rolls on here. Another sellout house at Willard Arena. That, well, I tell you, we saw some back and forth action for sure between the Pointers and Stout, and it is a 14-10 shots on goal advantage for Stevens Point. So 10 saves for Connor Reichman, 13 saves for Tommy Algren in that first period, where the goaltenders were the story.
No, absolutely.
That could have been a 5-4 game.
No, both goalies played unbelievable in that second period, Tommy. Back and forth. The play was, defense was a little optional at times, and both Connor Reichman and Tommy Algren, we know what Tommy Algren can do on a daily basis when we've seen him in the past, and he was everything as predicted, and when we've seen him play his 3 years at UW-Stout, and then, we talk about how Connor kind of has the vibe of the whole team.
Yeah.
Nothing, no ups, no downs, cool as a cucumber, had a shorthanded breakaway. He absolutely stoned Jackson on for the Blue Devils, and the Pointers have a 1-0 lead. It's those kind of periods when you talk about good teams, and Coach Krieger said, good teams find ways to win, and that's kind of a period where it could go either way. A bad bounce, a bad goal, either way you could get a chance and an opportunity to the Blue Devils, but the Pointers find a way to get a power play goal late and have this 1-0 lead.
Missed a couple of nets too here.
Hey, yes, absolutely. You could go back to the first shift with BJ Duffin. You could go back to as well as Wilson Northey missing a wide open net on a 2-on-1. Just a lot of opportunities back and forth there for the Pointers. Sticking to details, we talked about it last Friday night, where it's so important when you're playing the Blue Devils or you're playing a UW Superior team that getting out of your own end cleanly and quickly is the best offense for the Pointers, and they have to do that. The defense has to continue to stay involved. I would suspect that they'll make a couple adjustments in between periods here and come out and try to go into this student section and put a couple tallies on the board.
I tell you, Sean, I always forget here how how hard Stout comes after you
Yes,
on
they
the
do.
forecheck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They really are looking to create turnovers, especially when you have a puck possession team like the Pointers. They have to be so mindful through the neutral zone in that first pass to get out of their own end, because that's where Stout makes their hay. They want to turn you the puck over at the offensive blue line and then go to work from there. So just a big chances both ways. The Pointers, that puck possession is going to continue to be key as this period moves forward.
All right, Pointer goal came on the Guzan main power play at 18:09. Luke McElhaney unassisted with his 7th of the year. Love to see him get going.
Yep, absolutely. He's another guy that can put up a ton of points. Tommy, the transfer from UMass Amherst and from Sauk City, Wisconsin. Good to see him get another goal. He's been a little quiet on the scoring sheet, but you have the depth of this hockey team. Turn the page back to when you were a student. And the depth. The depth. It's different. It was a different game back then, but the depth of this hockey team.
But it's similar to that, and that was how, that first national championship team, that '89 championship team. Stevens Point really was one of the first teams to really begin the junior hockey recruitment, at the level, and they had, they just simply, much like this team, they would put 4 lines out there and 6D and just grind the life out of you and do it and play defense like nobody's business. And you look at stat-wise here, Sean, the Pointers are on the verge of some record-breaking numbers here for doing that. So able to do that, but you look at some of these gaudy offensive numbers that some of these other teams put, but what are their 3rd and 4th line bringing? Not much.
That's the difference, and that's the difference this season ever, and even especially since Christmas break, Tommy. The bugaboo of this Pointer hockey team in the last 3-4 years has been the second period. They don't come out real well. They let teams back in hockey games. You could argue since Christmas break, the second period has been the Pointers' best period.
Absolutely. All right, let's get some scores to update you, because we've got some significance here. 20 minutes in the books at Westman Arena. Very similar game to here. 11-10, the shots on goal in favor of Eau Claire. Blue Golds and Superior scoreless after 20 minutes. Of course, the Pointers at Eau Claire tomorrow night, 6:30. Our pregame coverage from what should be a jam-packed Hobbs Ice Arena.
That should be
as well. What did I see? They're going to honor their '84 NAIA championship team tomorrow night. Of course, the other big thing, Badgers tomorrow night.
Mark Johnson,
retiring. That looks like it's going to be a neat deal with Mark Johnson becoming the first player in Badger history to have his number retired.
That's going to be awesome.
That'd be very cool. All right, from the MIAC, of course, a game last night. St. John's, the shootout win after a 2-2 tie with St. Thomas to get the extra point. Tonight, the land where scores never come from is Concordia Moorhead, as they are hosting Gustavus. No score there. Other than that, no scores in the MIAC tonight. All scoreless between Hamlin and St. Mary's, Bethel and St. Olaf, and St. John's and St. Thomas. Then we get to the NCHA.
Okay, I can't wait for this.
Here we go. Lake Forest leading Aurora by a score to 2-1. Northland over Lawrence 2-1. Marion has jumped to a 2-0 lead over St. Scholastica. St. Norbert a 1-0 win over Finlandia. If Finlandia could get a win over St. Norbert, they'd clinch a playoff spot. MSOE trying to keep their playoff hopes alive as well. They lead MSOE 1-0, and Concordia of Wisconsin a 2-0 lead over Adrian. Who knows?
Okay.
That's going to be a crazy tournament over there as they come in. And another score we're keeping an eye on here out east, Sean. 4th-ranked Oswego in the 3rd period trailing Brockport 2-0.
That's the second straight game that the Lakers have been down.
They were down last week against Buffalo State. They were down like 3-4-0.
Yes.
And then next thing you knew, it was tied, and Buffalo State with a late goal to get a win there. So who knows? The other thing to keep an eye on, Sean, 8th-ranked UMass Boston trailing Babson 2-0. So I don't know. There's something in the water around the country.
Maybe tonight might be one of those games.
All right, we will find out. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with second period action. Stevens Point leading Stout 1-0 in the middle 20. Coming up after this timeout on Sportsfan 100.5. here at Willett Arena. Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon, as we are set for period number 2. And Stevens Point with a 1-0 lead on Luke McElhaney's unassisted goal. So if you're wondering, off weekend next weekend, we know that for sure.
Yep. We know we'll be here too.
If you're just joining us, or if the audio was unavailable for you
during our pregame show,
we apologize. Yep. But a win by Stevens Point here tonight would set the playoff field, with Stout going to River Falls next weekend, with that winner coming here if Stevens Point will get a win, and Superior at Eau Claire. So, man, it looks like the Yellow Jackets are giving the Blue Bulls all they can handle through 20 minutes up to the north.
Yeah, hey, you know, Tommy, give credit to the Yellow Jackets at the end of the day. I mean, they were picked 5th in this league, and they looked helter-skelter throughout most of the season, but, man, they've really played well against the WIAC. And they have a chance, if they knock off Eau Claire tonight, Tom, they have a chance to finish 500 in the league. That's a big step for that program of where it is. So
that's Rich McKinnon, his 3rd year up there, right?
Season, starting
he's a year away from having all of his own guys there, basically, and managing through that.
And you know what? He's gotten some goaltending too. Oscar Sevenson and AJ Smith, he was very good.
Been better
against the Pointers. You know, the bugaboo with the Yellow.
We've done them the 2 years before. So who knows? All right, our second period opening faceoff is brought to you by Miller Lite. As Zach steps to center ice, along with, it looks like, Lucas Caro, and Stout controls the draw, but Bittner intercepts through the neutral zone. Zek will force it back the other way. Stout with a turnover, tried to send Toscano to the near post, but Bittner cut that one off. Here's a turnover, far side. Now they set it out deep. Amon with a shot, but a shot blocked there by Kelly O'Brien. Comes all the way down the length of the ice. Connor Chambers back to get it. In there to pick him up is Tanner Carty. O'Brien knocked down in the near side, but got it deep to Carty, who goes behind the net. Tries to jam it out in front of the net. Had it, lost it, got it back, turns, fires a shot. What a save by Algren, as, boy, Tanner Carty, Sean, just finding his way through traffic to get a shooting lane.
Well, absolutely. And Tanner, you know, obviously the defending player of the week, Tommy, this week, as he won the WIC player of the week this past week with his 3 goals and an assist against the Blue Devils and the Yellow Jackets last weekend. He's looking to get hot, Tommy, and a Tanner Carty hot can carry you a long way come playoff time.
We'll get a whistle here as a reset forthcoming. All right, Sean, looks like we see some members of the Spash hockey team on the far side. That was a big Valley Conference showdown here. Wausau West with a 5-2 win over the Brandon Bussey-led Spash Panthers at Marathon Park. Here comes Stout back the other way. In the zone on the near side. Turned over right to Luke McElhaney. He'll draw a defender toward him. Got it to Drew McLean. He'll send it deep, but plucked out of midair here. Not Matthias Amon with that. Nope, it is Trent Olson. Now it's McLean back the other way. McElhaney near side. McElhaney puts his head down, tries to throw it out in front. Nothing there. Backhanded chance. Algren makes a save and then pins it up, Sean. And boy, Luke McElhaney that's your classic thrower on net.
Yeah, how did he make that save too, Tommy? As it looked like he lost his stick when he was going from the near side post to the far side post, and then was able to nick it down and pin the puck up against the far side post with his blocker hand and get the face off. So the Kelly, Duffin, and Northie line comes out for the Pointers with this offensive zone face off.
Understand Eau Claire with a power play to begin the second period at Westman Arena. BJ Duffin tries to chip it to Wilson Northie. Austin Kelly with it now. Duffin to Northie behind the net. Defender cut off. Duffin giving a rough ride there on the near side. It'll come loose. Here's Stout clearing it out, but Qualiata got around that one. Northie picks it up on the far side. Nifty move, and he'll send it deep. Northie crashes after it into the near corner. He tries to bang it free on the near side. Qualiata dueling for it. Had it. Stout will throw it with a backhander behind the net there by Alex Nagel. Far side Duffin with a big hit. And it comes to Northie at the half wall on the far side. Duffin shoving in there. He'll come away with it. Duffin in the far corner. He'll look to reverse it. Instead, dumps it to the near corner. Qualiata comes in to get it. Now to Duffin in front of the net. He just tried to spin a shot toward the side of the net, and I think whiffed, and then Alleman brought it back to the point. Nobody there, so Carter Rue back to get it. Rue feeds it back, and Qualiata. Here's a bad turnover by Stevens Point toward the front of the net. Shot blocked there. Carter Rue with it. Shot blocked in front again and cleared out again. Boy, some disastrous breakdowns here by the Pointers, but they have recovered so far, and Qualiata gains possession behind the net. Now it is Jordan Fader with it between his legs. He's hammered off the puck on the near side. I tell you what, Sean, this Stout team plays hard. Carter Rue now coming in, feeds it back to the middle. The Fader fires a shot. That's blocked. Bouncing, coming through a 2-on-1 shot. Algren with a save, rebound. Carter Rue, and I think Algren got a piece of it with the blocker, and it's up into the net and out of play.
Tommy Algren.
Wow.
What can you say, man? He makes every move. He works so hard, and he never gives up on this Blue Devil team, and he just made 2 outstanding saves on a Pointer mini breakaway right in front of his net.
2-on-none, basically. Zek off the draw to O'Brien on the near side. Toscano steps in, and a 3-on-2 quickly developing for the Blue Devils. They'll hustle to the front of the net. Rickman with a save, and it goes up. Boy, that caught the Spash banner up here in the near corner. And they'll play on, they'll say. So now Kelly O'Brien with it on the right wing. On the red line, he dishes it out. Oh, boy, what a good hit there on Connor Chambers. They've been known to, past life go at it at practice, I'm sure. Kelly O'Brien now back in the near corner. Tried to feed it to Carty. Bittner in to get it. Carty jams it again. Stout tried to clear it. Now coming, a shot by Bittner that Carty tried to get possession of on the way through on a redirect, and it goes to the far corner. Zek waiting for it there, and coming back around to the near side. Zek, good body position on Connor Chambers. Fights a battle through here. Carty in to pick it up. Raver to the front of the net. And he'll set up in the near side, but Toscano takes it away, and he'll go with a rink-wide pass, and back the other way goes Stout. Far side, can't get a shot off there. Lucas Carroll is thumped into the far corner. Now Ryan Bittner with a big hit here, Sean, and back the other way comes Zek. He'll chip it deep. He's coming off, looks like what would be a classic shoulder coming off there as he went into the far corner. Stout now with it. Sends it out to center ice. Chipped around McLean. He'll clear it back out far side. Stout will get possession of it. They'll drag it in on the far side. Behind the net it goes. Danny Corrali after it for Stevens Point. Up the wall on the near side. McElhaney will get it. Has to go around a stick that's still out on the ice. Here's McLean coming in. Drew McLean shot. Algren with a save and no rebound. And we get a whistle, and now they don't like McLean coming in.
That should be a penalty.
Hammer down here.
Just needs to stay away.
The Pointers keep their heads cool here. They should have a power play, but I think that Ryan McKellar may have just evened it up.
Yep, I think you're right, Tommy. As McLean fouled his own shot, looking for a rebound from Algren, nothing to be had. He got thrown down to the ice, but I think Ryan McKellar will get a penalty for the retaliation after the whistle.
Trent Olson, well, they're going
unless
two.
They give you,
unless they go a 2-on-1 here. No. So you could have the original
and then matching minors, right?
No, they're calling for somebody else.
For what?
McLean gonna go too? Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah. So we'll get this sorted out here.
The Pointer bench not happy.
So we'll discuss this here. 15:45 to go in the second. Luke McElhaney's unassisted goal on the Guzan main power play late in the first period is our only tally so far here. Sean, the other thing to think about here, and just to show you how much the numbers kind of go back and forth for you.
Yes.
That tie last night between St. John's and Augsburg.
Yep. Or St. Thomas.
And St. Thomas dropped Stevens Point to number 2 in the pairwise rankings.
I noticed that this morning, Tommy.
So we will see.
That's how fast it can change, especially with common opponents. That's where the Pointers had. So now we're looking to see here the face-off will come down in the Pointer offensive end, and looks like just 4 skaters out. So it looks like you're going to match every. We're going to get a power play here, Tom, or it's going to be 5-on-5.
5-on-5,
yeah.
who knows?
Interesting.
Well, Sean, apparently the live stats feed we had from Oswego is not correct.
Okay.
Because now it is 4th-ranked Oswego State leading Brockport 2-0. So
it's a little switcheroo.
Flip that one around a bit. So, all right, for whatever reason, we're still 5-on-5, and we'll get the penalties sorted out here in a minute. Stout clears it out. Hunter Anderson sends it deep. Out of the reach of Reichman, bouncing puck toward the side of the net. Point will get possession of it, and it'll go to Stephen Qualiata. Qualiata near side, and Alleman knocked down from behind, and coming in, firing a shot that whistled wide was Stephen Qualiata out of nowhere. Hunter Anderson gives Carty a rough ride. It's a 3-on-1, but Qualiata gets a piece of it. Back this way comes Stout. Shot fired wide, hung up behind the net. Alleman to the rebound. Boy, Chris Alleman back to his feet, Sean. He went down awkwardly, and Zach charges ahead. Zach trailing pass for Carty, who tried to poke it free. O'Brien in there to keep it alive. Back the other way comes Stout in an on-man rush. Raphael Goslin back the other way. Raphael cuts off as Stout was changing here. Poke free by Zach. He'll try to run some traffic. Flip it to Carty. Zips it far side. Ethan Strong coming in. Can't get a shot off, so he'll muscle it deep to Zach behind the net. Zach looks to throw it out toward B.J. Duffin, but he was picked up by a defender, and Stout with it in the far corner. Wilson Northey freight trains it to the far side, but Stout digs it up, hustling back 3-on-1. Here comes Toscano. Centering pass coming through. Backhanded shot to goal. Alex Toscano, Sean, beautiful move through the neutral zone. Beats Connor Reichman high with a backhander. 14:33 to go. We're even at 1. And for Toscano, boy, Sean, that was a strong backhander. That kind of looked like it fooled Connor. And he was able to get a ton on it. And for Alex Toscano, it is his fourth goal of the season as Stout off the draw sends it in, but it's icing. Pointer Hockey brought to you by Auto Select, with 11 locations to serve you. For all your auto repair and service needs, you're good to go with Auto Select. Find out more at autoselectonline.com. Matching roughings all around is looks like the deck of cards that's been dealt there. So, face-off back into the left side of Tommy Ahlgren. 14:27 to go in the second. Now who? Ryan Bittner chirping the referee here, Sean, has just been given a 10-minute misconduct. So it's Rigel Palanen, so 10-minute misconduct for Ryan Bittner. So, no power play here for the Blue Devils as they'll bring the face-off back out. 14:27 to go here, and Sean, you got to get your head screwed on right here. All right, off the draw, controlled by the Blue Devils. They'll send it ahead, played out of midair by a high stick by the Pointers, but Stout picks it up. Back in they go. Logan Nelson tried to center it, nothing there. Here comes B.J. Duffin. Duffin with Austin Kelly toward the middle. Duffin gets rubbed out, and boy, Stout forces a turnover again. May have a 3-on-2 right through the middle. Comes Alex Nagel. He'll leave it on the near side, broken up nicely by Danny Corrali. Stout tried to drag it toward the net, but cleared out. Near side, Alex Bowe throws it in. Bowe, the 7th defenseman here tonight. I think the puck ends up in the Blue Devil bench, so we'll get a whistle with 13:54 to go here in the second period. So Toscano, I believe I said his 3rd of the year, I believe, fourth of the year, excuse me. Logan Nelson, their leading goal scorer, coming in with 10 goals on the season. 13:54 to go here in the second. Stout off the draw, flips it. Near corner. Qualiata speeding after it for Stevens Point. Around for Colin Raver. Raver looks to feed it ahead. Rink wide it goes. Tried to get a streaking TJ Rue here on the near side, but Stout did a nice job to break that one up. Adam Kressel back the other way. Firing a shot. Glove save made by Connor Reichman. And you get everything figured out here, my friend?
Yeah, I think I'm all caught up. So Toscano scores the Stout goal to tie this game up at 1. Carroll and Oman get the assists at 5:27. Tommy, Ryan Bittner, you're right, 10-minute misconduct. Said something the official he shouldn't have. And
can't do that.
That's a big loss here, Tommy, for the middle portion of this second period in a senior defenseman that lost
Now
a ton
back
of
the other
time.
way off the draw. Here's Colin Raver popping free. Able to get around, and they will reach in. No call. TJ Rue leaves it behind the net. Back to Raver on the near side. And off the glass and past Stephen Qualiata. Alleman back to get it for Stevens Point. Ahead of
1. And welcome everybody back. We continue through our second intermission tonight, and we get to talk with another senior, Ryan Bittner, the senior defenseman from Crookston, Minnesota. And Ryan, it's been a pleasure watching you play these 4 years. And there's been ups, there's been downs, but you have really put it together here in your senior season. I just want to get your thoughts right away about how much fun it's been for you this year.
It's been an absolute magical year. I mean, you can see it with all the success with everyone up and down our lineup. It doesn't matter who's in. Everyone's contributing somewhere. And I've never been a part of such a close group of guys. It's truly a family type of feeling here.
For you, the career has been up and down, playing in your 75th game tonight, but what did you do after your junior season and just challenge yourself to get yourself on that number 1 D pair and really bring your game up a notch this season, haven't you?
I actually kind of took a step away. I really didn't think about hockey a whole lot through the summer. I mean, I stuck to the workouts, skated a couple times a week here and there, but I really just kind of focused on myself, getting myself ready mentally, and then just trying to come in with the best positive attitude and enjoy every single moment, every single practice, because you never know when it's your last. So that's how I was trying to come in.
I mean, you could credit the golf course a little bit, working at Wisconsin River.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got out on the links a little bit and swung the club and got to mow a couple greens here and there. So it was a good time. I really enjoyed being out there.
Finding the offense this season a little bit too. All of a sudden looked at our score sheet and saw you about midway up there. 2 goals, 11 assists on the season. You've been really coming on in recent weeks. And what's opened up the offense for you?
I didn't even know I had that many points, to be honest. I think just everybody's trying to, get a point. Everybody's so hungry to get that next goal, to score that point, get an assist, and just really try to win. Nobody wants to lose. We have just an absolute winning culture right now and a drive to win. And I think the points just come with that culture and that want to win.
Playing in your 75th game tonight in college hockey, that's a fair amount of hockey games, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good amount. Like you said, I had the ups and downs, and with the downs, I never really thought I was up there that high. But it's a great, successful career here at Stevens Point. I have so many people to thank for it, but I think it's just a continuance for the rest of these last 2 regular season games and into our postseason.
Talk about the partnership between you and Steven. You guys are about as shut down as it gets in the Division III world, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I think we are easily one of the top pairs in the country. I mean, going against any of our defensive pairs here as well. I think we just have a great chemistry. We always have been hanging out. Last year we went on spring break, hung out all summer together. We both lived here through the summer, and I think that just has led to such great success for the two of us because we think the same. We know where we're going to be, and it's effortless almost.
We talked when you visited us during one of the radio shows right before Christmas, I believe. You talked about how you guys read off each other, and that helps you guys create offense from the back end.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we're always stretching the zone, or half the time we aren't even looking where we're at. We just know where they're going to be, and I think a lot of that just contributes to the amount of communication, amount of trust that we have for each other, and just knowing we have each other's backs through the whole thing.
21 wins. It's really weird to say 21 wins, but because this team has had a steady ship, a steady, calm attitude since day one, since this thing started. When you look at that, you're just like, everybody gets that same look on their face. Like, are you sure? Really? 21 wins?
Yeah, I don't know how it's happening. I mean, it's one of those magical years. I know everybody's kind of realized it in the room, and I know we get everybody's best every single night, but just like them trying to chase the number 1 team, we're trying to chase that undefeated streak through the whole year here. So I think it adds an advantage to us because it gives us that extra compete level, and it keeps us kind of humble and not too high.
Now we gotta pull out the heartstrings a little bit. With you being a senior, this is senior night. Have you had your thoughts? I know that you prepare as good as anybody for a game, but you haven't had a chance to reflect and get ready for tonight.
Yeah. I usually nap before the games, and I didn't get a chance to nap today. I was on Twitter and saw that there's only 100 tickets left for sale, and they only have 200 standing room and 400 students, and I know as soon as we're within an hour those doors open, this place is just going to go insane, and it's one of those cool feelings that you get the chills down your back. And I was talking to my little brother and explaining him to the situation, and he's just like, man, I'd do anything to play in a situation like that too, even with all of my success. So it's quite crazy. I know I can't thank the fans enough for the amount of support through all 4 years, and especially this year. I mean, from the local town people to the students, I mean, it's truly incredible the amount of support that we're getting and seeing here.
I think one of my favorite stories about you was last year in the NCAA quarterfinals. Tommy and I were down with the coaching staff, walking around, pacing a little bit at Adrian, and you looked me and Tom right in the eye and said, "What are you guys worried about? This is a hockey game. It's fun." And you played free that night. You played loose, and you had fun with the game. And I think one of the biggest things I'll remember of you playing hockey is that freedom, but having that same side, being business and being ready to go.
Yeah, I learned that fun thing in the backyard with my two brothers in my neighborhood. We always had ice in our backyard, and I don't know, everything we've done has always been fun. We obviously try to compete and things like that and push each other, but at the end of the day, it is just a game. You find yourself playing your best when you're having the most fun, and I think these big situations, these big moments and things like that, that's where the most fun comes from, and it just keeps building with the intensity of it and having so much more fun with it.
I would be remiss not to mention your parents and your brothers. They've been a big part of this as well. Mark obviously playing before you came in, but seeing your parents here for the last, it's going to be 8 years now, isn't it? 5-6 years at least. Come to almost every road game, every home game. It's got to be pretty big, isn't it?
It's really special. I mean, it is crazy. I mean, we're 8 hours away from here at least. And I know we go a lot more west than east, so it does make travel a little bit easier, but the amount of support they show and they give to not just me, but both my brothers is insane. So I can't thank them enough.
Anything to say to the Pointer fans out there?
Thank you guys. You truly make this an absolutely special season, a special year, and I can't wait to keep playing in front of you guys for the rest of this postseason and regular season.
All right, well, let's get down to business here. Let's talk a little bit of hockey. 2 good results here this weekend, starting with Stout tonight. You guys can punch a ticket, arguably, through the whole thing and make everything come through Willett Arena. You guys focus on that goal?
I think our biggest thing we're focusing on is not getting ahead of ourselves. I think if we look ahead to any other game, it kind of deters us from the game at hand, and so I think if we just keep taking it one by one, I mean, obviously we know that's what's up for contention still, but just game by game is what we need to stay focused on and be able to find our best success.
What are you looking at out of the Blue Devils? You guys playing them for the second Friday night in a row. Some adjustments that you're going to make from the 3-1 win in Menominee?
I don't think a lot of adjustments will be made. I think we just need to play a little bit better. It was after our bye week, so we were a little bit sloppy. Haven't played a game in 2 weeks, so I think just being back to us, having that last weekend under our belts is big, and then continuing to grow, and then looking ahead to Eau Claire, just constantly trying to build. And I think coming into tonight's game, we're going to be a lot better prepared and a lot more focused and play a lot better of our game.
Well, I know I speak for Tommy when I say thank you for everything that you've done for this program over the last 4 years. It's been an absolute pleasure, and Tommy and I both wish you much luck in the future after your college hockey career is over, but I know there's lots to do, so let's keep this run going, right?
Yeah, we'll keep it going, and thank you guys so much.
All right, that was Ryan Bittner, the senior defenseman from Crookston, Minnesota. More Pointer hockey coming up in 1 minute here on SportsFan 100.5. And back here at Willett Arena as we continue to work our way through the second intermission. Thanks again to Ryan Bittner for hosting us here, or taking the time with me before the game tonight to do his senior pointer profile. Always great to have the players take that 5 or 6 minutes with me to do those interviews. Well, let's get to it. A wacky second period where we saw both teams scoring. The Pointers scoring 3 times in the second period, and UW-Stout not going away as well. They score twice. The Pointers hold a 4-2 lead. The Pointers outshoot the Blue Devils 10-9 in the period, and Tommy, quite simply, the Pointers got to get some things under control.
Yep. Not a happy locker room.
I wouldn't expect that to be
down there.
Yes.
As things, I tell you what, you got to give a major stick taps to Eli Billing here, because he made a couple of those saves, Sean, that weird bouncing pucks to him and things like that, and that thing starts going sideways, and you're in trouble.
Well, and here's the thing, Tommy. He was in the game, a minute before the Pointers took 2 terrible penalties, including the one to Connor Reichman, and then B.J. Duffin trips the goaltender down and takes an absolute terrible penalty, and the Pointers have a 5-on-3 and extended power play time. So he kept the ship righted. He'll have to be good again here in the third period. I look for the Pointers to get back to basics, get back to their system. Can't allow to keep this door open with the Blue Devils. And that goal from Tanner Carty at 1933 is gigantic. It's a game. You had things firmly in control. You had things that were spiraling out of control. You get a tip in close, and you have a 2-goal lead just like that. So, but you know that the Blue Devils are going to come after them and continue to push.
All right, let's take one more 2-minute break. We'll come back with third period action. Stevens Point a 4-2 lead. This is Pointer Hockey on Sportsfan 100.5. 1-2. All right, Pointers lead the charge back out here. Eli Billing will come back out here, and tell you what, Tyler Krieger's a young coach. We've seen some character out of him in the last couple of weeks here.
You think?
I mean,
yep.
got an unbeaten team that's rolling, and
And
never complacent, never settles.
Tommy, Superior's just taken a 1-0 lead over the Blue Golds in Superior, Tom.
Behind the net.
A little backhand shot. Look at that. That's third period action, too.
So, Lake Forest still leading Aurora 4-2, and Concordia, Wisconsin still leading Adrian by a score of 2-0. All right, our third period face-off brought to you by Miller Lite, as Tanner Carty will send it in. But your senior with a big goal, too.
That's a gigantic goal at 1933.
Yep. All right, and let's see. Pointers with it. Ooh, they go back door for Zach, but it's intercepted by Stout, and they'll come back the other way.
It's offsides.
And the far side it goes. Bittner with it, chips it ahead. Carty hustling to try to get there, but Matthias Amon will win that foot race. Carty then unloads on him in the far corner, and it comes to Zach. Carty getting back to his feet to Zach. He'll come right in front. Backhanded shot, fought off. Might have hit a body in front. I don't think Algren liked the traffic in front of the net. Stout back the other way. Near side they come through. They try to pick up nothing. Shot blocked by Corrali. He'll tip it, clear it out. Here's Ryan McKellar one-on-one. Ryan McKellar with Corrali coming. McKellar with a shot. Pad save made by Algren on a shot that seemed to fool him, Sean. Now it is McElhaney digs it free. McElhaney comes in, defender without a stick. McElhaney near side, turns, fires a shot. They throw it in front of the net. Algren diving out to cover it up, as that baby was in the blue paint for quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. So, again, UW Superior up at Westman Arena scores an early third period goal to take a 1-0 lead against the Blue Golds. And they're carrying play.
All right. You got 18:58 to go here. Possess the puck, 5 on 5, and get the heck out of here.
Grind this thing out of
anything else crazy happens. McElhaney off the draw to Ryan McKellar. McKellar behind the net. Looks to center, nothing there. Corrali holds it in, sends it deep again. McElhaney to McKellar again. Got hung up in the far corner. He'll split it free. Gets it free to Colin Raver now. Raver feeds it, and it's Corrali now to McKellar. And Stout with a little double team here, and they'll punch it loose. Hunter Anderson back the other way. McLean. And Stout, Superior scored again. Now shot front. Eli Billing with a save and clears it out. Round it goes. Colin Raver back the other way, gets position. Raver looks to center it. TJ Rue toward the front of the net, but nobody there. Rue now to Carter Rue. Now they throw it in front of the net. Stout with it, jam free. Carter Rue again. Carter Rue to the far corner. Stout after it. Near corner, they'll chip it off the glass and out. Alleman will intercept, and he'll fire it deep into the far corner. 2 minutes into the third period, Stevens Point with a 4-2 lead. Now Carter Rue toward Fader. Now shot jammed inside of it. TJ Rue shot the goal. Near corner, came in through traffic. Somehow found it. Tommy Algren is mystified how the puck ends up in the net. He's looking at the referee. Right. Like he looks like he's jamming at near side, like the net is off.
Tommy.
He's saying the net is off, and nonetheless, it's a 5-2 lead for Stevens Point.
Yep, broken down play. It's the Pointers winning battles in front of Tommy Algren. TJ Rue finds some room on Algren. Somehow, it'll be Rue's 6th of the season, and the senior transfer from Bemidji State gives the Pointers a 3-goal lead.
All right, Matthias Amon sends it ahead. Jordan Fader got a stick on it. Chris Alleman behind the net for Stevens Point, chips it. Comes out. This is going to come all the way down. Think Stevens Point going to get an icing call here. They will. Pointer Hockey brought to you by the Point After Pub and Grill, your pregame or postgame destination for great food and drink. Food and drink specials every day. 801 2nd Street, Stevens Point. All right, so TJ Rue, 5 goals here for Stevens Point. And near side Fader reaching for it. This is the weirdest 3-goal lead I've ever seen, Sean. Or right up there at least, with some of them most of the time, right?
It's goofy.
Stout will lift it into the near corner. Qualiata. Around in the near corner. Near side, turnover. Stout will fire it deep. No shot there. Round it comes. TJ Rue with it now up the near side. Rue gets there. TJ Rue with his 6th goal of the year for the Pointers. Now far side, Duffin hangs on it, gets it to Northey, out high to Bittner, who fires a shot wide. Beauvais tried to send it. Northey with a big hit to force it in. Pointers bring it back toward the front of the net. Beauvais to Duffin in the near corner. He'll poke behind the net to Kelly. Back for Duffin on the near side. He was tied up with a defender. Beauvais coming in. Stephen Beauvais throws it behind the net to Northey, but it's intercepted by Joe Clevin. Northey chopped at it, and Stout will get it. Now can't clear it out. Duffin got a stick on it again, and now they kick it back out to center ice, 2-on-2. Now coming in, shot and offsides and a late whistle. That was a very late whistle, Sean.
And message received by Coach Krieger and his troops. Normally that would draw the ire of your defenseman, but nothing going there. Everybody skates back to the bench, and it'll get an offside and get the face-off right below us here, Tommy.
Yeah. All right, so
UW Superiors added another goal, Tommy. They lead the Blue Golds 2-0 at Westman.
Wow. All right, dumped in. Behind the net it goes. Drew McLean, the first to get there for Stevens Point. Through the neutral zone it goes. Stout intercepting again. McLean reversing back to get it again. McLean, lead pass ahead. Here's Tanner Carty behind a defender, but had it poked away. Kelly O'Brien in there to help out. Stout able to clear it out. It is Gavin Smith back the other way. Now shot fired up and shoulder save, and hanging out with the glove is Eli Billing with no rebound.
Great save, Tommy, by Eli, being aggressive as always. Comes out, gets to that top of his crease, and saves that puck right with his shoulder, corrals it, no face-off, has a new...
And Sean, we also
is that away from the play,
Arturis Lakaitis with a slashing call.
Oh, goodness.
And Stevens Point will go to the Guzan main power play.
I never saw that, Tommy. Yep. So face-off. So Lakaitis has some words for referee Tyler Gregory and a 2-minute slashing call. So the Pointers will be off to their third Guzan main power play of the night.
All right. Guzan Main, official home of the Pointer Hockey Radio Show. Our next show, March 13th. 1140 Main Street, Stevens Point. Are they 1 for 2 so far?
1 for 2, Tommy.
All right, they'll go down. Around for Rue. Comes out high to McLean. McLean, 15:35 to go here. Pointers, now they go in front to McElhaney. Broken up, Toscano with it. And he'll skate it out, now chips it off the far boards. Billing leaves it. Hunter Anderson behind, out of the reach of Corrali. He's got to hustle to get it. Stout, a long shot in that Billing will glove down and give to McLean. Drew McLean ahead. TJ Rue was coming back to the near side here, Sean, and they misconnect on that one, and a whistle and an icing call with 1:24 to go on the power play.
So a mental mistake by the Pointer defense. Got to skate that puck up through the neutral zone and then dump it in with speed and then go after it. So the face-off will come way back down in the Pointer end, with 1:24 remaining on the third power play of the night for the Pointers.
All right, Danny Corrali off the draw with it. Pointer Hockey brought to you by Cellcom, clearly the best. McElhaney kicks it down. He'll accelerate coming through, firing a shot, deflected. Good stick by the defender there, who I believe is Jack Cernahouse, up into the netting with 1:13 to go in the power play.
Good stick. This will give the Pointers a chance to get that number 1 power play line out with the 4 forwards of O'Brien, Carty, and Raver. Zek will play the 4th forward spot, and Qualiata, the lone defenseman, with 1:13 remaining on the power play.
All right, face off to the right side of Tommy Algren. Qualiata dumps it to Carty. Far side zips it to Zek to Qualiata. He had it loaded, couldn't get it off. Carty with it now, defender down, goes down to the near corner. O'Brien behind the net. He'll feed it far side to Zek. Back to O'Brien. Boy, stiff pass in the far corner. He's able to hold in. Zek now with it to Qualiata. Around a defender, has a shooting angle, comes to Carty on the near side. He'll walk in, picks a corner off the face mask of Tommy Algren. They'll chip it near side. Carty off the near wall, feathers it back. Near side, here comes Zek in on the far side to Qualiata. He'll whistle it through. Rebound, Raver pushes it just wide. Algren diving out with the paddle to shove it just wide. Out high to Zek, 30 seconds to go. Shot fired, misses the glove of Algren. Carty to the rebound, half fall in the near side. Into the near corner to O'Brien, right in front to Raver, missed it. Qualiata coming in, he'll fire a shot in the goal. Doesn't get much easier than that. Steven Qualiata, second Guzan main power play of the night. It's 6-2, Steven.
Oh, Tommy, that is just great work by that number 1 power play unit. They work that power play perfection. Great puck movement all over the ice. And finally, the Pointers' power play starts heating up. Qualiata will be his 5th of the season, and the Pointers have a 4-goal lead at 6-2.
All right. And we're going to get a goaltending change here for Stout. Brady Myers will come on as Tommy Algren will come off. 14-13 to go here, and
I think
capacity. I think Terry Watkins taking a timeout here.
Timeout too to let Myers stretch out.
Why don't you get us caught up on scoring here in the period? What is it? TJ Rue is 6th of the year from Chris Solomon at 2:05, and Stephen Qualiata on the Guzan main power play with his 5th of the year for the Pointers. And we'll wait for that to update here, but so Pointers tonight with 2 goals from McElhaney, 1 from Zach Zeck, 1 from Tanner Carty, 1 from TJ Rue, and 1 from Stephen Qualiata.
O'Brien, Tommy, will get the assist, so that'll be Kelly O'Brien's 3rd assist of the night. As that man's game is kind of coming on here, Tom.
All right, Ryan Bittner pushes it ahead for point. He will hold it up on the far side. Brady Myers, a freshman out of Rochester, Minnesota, in the net here now, and it's B.J. Duffin centering for Wilson Northey. Beauvais with it now. He'll send it back deep. Another power play goal for the Pointers. Brady Myers in his 2nd game of the year. He won earlier in the year. And looks like, I'm going to guess, shutout. So, he will throw it deep behind Brady Myers. Long outlet pass ahead. Chris Solomon. Ain't Tommy Algren's fault here, though, Sean, as it ends up into the rafters. Yeah, 1 goal against. Let's see, he's played in 2 games. He's 1-0, a goals against average of .61 with a shutout. So 1 start, 1 relief, so now his 2nd relief appearance of the year. 13.5 to go in the 3rd. Stevens Point with a 4-goal lead. Off the jaw, Jordan Fader reaching for it for Stevens Point. And the Stout able to get it deep. Holloman with it now, right back up the middle. And Stevens Point almost a 2-on-none. As now it's Fader and TJ Rue back up the ice. Penalty call coming up here against the Blue Devils. As Rue will go to the near side, or at least I thought.
It was an inadvertent high stick, Tommy.
Inadvertent high stick is what it is. Now here's Stout. They may have a breakaway back the other way to Gavin Smith, but it's out of his reach. Eli Billing around, but Stout the first to get there. They'll throw it right in front. Shot! What a save by Billing! They whack at it out of midair. It bounced right in front of the net to Gavin Smith, and Eli Billing fought him off. TJ Rue crossed the red line. Will send it deep onside. 12:45 to go here. Sean Adrian has just scored with about 2 minutes. Now here's Ryan McKellar out of his reach. Adrian has just scored with about 2 minutes to go in regulation to go up on Concordia 4-3. After Concordia led that game 2-0. Behind the net, and Stout almost jammed it in their own net.
Goodness me, Tommy. Yes. The Porters have restored order here in the first 10 minutes of this 3rd period with goals from TJ Rue and Stephen Qualiata to give the Porters a big 4-goal lead. Things settled back down here.
McLean, far side McKellar at his pocket pick. Stout will rattle it around the board, so Danny Corrali will charge in here in the near side. Colin Raver giving a rough ride. He's back to his feet now. He'll come right, went back door, and he was waiting to get set up there after getting hammered. Now Corrali tied up here, goes down, and
McKellar just destroyed a Blue Devil right below us.
Picking up here. 8 minutes into the 3rd, 6-2 is the Stevens Point lead. Now McKellar digs it free, tries to feed it to Zach on a breakaway, back the other way, whistling and offsides. Oh boy, Sean, if he sees him right away,
it's a breakaway.
It's good, but he hesitated just enough that
I think everybody
doesn't matter what shoes Zecker's wearing, he's not staying outside there.
I think McKellar was surprised that Zecker was behind the Blue Devil defense. You think the Blue Devils like to take gambles? Watch them now here. There should be odd man rushes aplenty for the Pointers in the final 9 minutes of this game.
Tanner Carty, puck down at center ice. Backhanded in by Hunter Anderson of the Blue Devils. Near side, Kelly O'Brien chips it out. Tanner Carty hustling ahead, and Connor Chambers goes to the far corner. Carty with some stick work here to free it up, and then is it Kelly O'Brien in to help out? Yep, Carty bangs it free to O'Brien. Now they go right in front for Zach, and that's turned over. Beauvais will calm it down. No shot, so he'll send it back deep into the near corner. Carty with it, now to O'Brien. Now they try to jam it to the front of the net. O'Brien now back around again. 11-10 to go in the third. Carty coming. Near side, Chambers with it. And off the glass and out. Beauvais hustling to cut it off from Raphael Goslin. Beauvais shields it, rink wide to Bittner. Bittner to the red line, he'll feather it deep. Brady Myers chases it down behind the net. Duffin, some stick work to try to free it up. Now whistle, and boy, same thing as this time it is Alex Bowe offsides.
You are correct, Tommy. As Bowes was wide open, he was cheating. He's that seventh defenseman for the Blue Devils, as he was cheating, Tommy, and the offsides comes down. So we'll get a face-off right outside the Pointer defensive blue line. We'll take a look at the score at Westman Arena. It's still the Yellow Jackets leading the Blue Devils, or the Yellow Jackets leading UW-Eau Claire 2-0. How big is that nationally, Tommy? How big is that?
Face-off, controlled by Stout. They will hammer a shot that comes to the side of the net. Bouncing puck coming. Nifty job here by Austin Kelly to free it up. He will off the near boards ahead to Wilson Northey, just out of his reach, but
won the race.
He will get to the dots first, so no icing call. Northey tied up on the play. Joe Clevin and Wilson Northey behind the play. They'll let that play on. Might be a 6-2 play on call there. Huh?
Probably.
Austin Kelly for Duffin out of his reach. Bad angle shot. Eli Billing a save, and into the netting it goes. We'll get a whistle. 10:09 to go here in the period.
Good save, Tommy, by Billing. That one stretched him out pretty well as the Blue Devils trying to beat him to the wide side to flex that up into the netting. Save and a face-off deep in the zone. With 10:09 remaining here in the third period, the Pointers scoring twice here in the third to give them a 6-2 lead and restore order at Willett Arena.
All right, face-off near side, rattled around. Carter Rue with it, throws it back toward the middle without looking, and Jordan Fader couldn't catch up to it. Stout, beautiful reach here by Gavin Smith to get the play in on side. Rue again on the far side, tied up now, and pinballs free. Stout toward the side of the net, nothing there. Danny Corrali with it now, tries to throw it in front. Stout digs it free. Beautiful stick check here by the Pointers to free it up, but it goes to the far corner. Arturas Lakaitis with it. Tries to get a shot, turning a shot. Billing with a save. Kick back one to the near side. Danny Corrali with it now. Corrali flips it up. Another big hit near side. And Ryan Bittner will race off the bench here for the Pointers. And a shot block there as Drew McLean blocked it. Came out of the zone, and Amon couldn't hold it. We'll get a whistle. 9:21 to go here in the third. Sean, Concordia had a 2-0 lead on Adrian after two periods. Only to see the game tied at 2. Then Concordia went up 3-2. And then 3 goals in the final 9 minutes for the Bulldogs.
Wow.
So they win it 5-3.
Wow.
All right, off the face-off, controlled here by Stout. They'll throw it ahead, a backhander in. I didn't see who did that, but I think they thought they got more on it than they actually did, and it ends up around in. Colin Raver will dig it out on the near side. Raver back the other way. Beauvais at center ice. Beauvais through some traffic, keeps on his feet, tries to dish it, does to McElhaney. Bouncing puck through there, and Pointers got to recover here. Aurora scored a couple in the third to even up Lake Forest at 4. And they'll come near side. Shot save made by Billing.
And he puts it down, keeps the play going.
Keeps it going, feeds it ahead to McElhaney. Oh, beautiful job by McElhaney to draw a defender. Now he'll get back to his feet and couldn't get back for a shot. Boy, he pulled the chute there, Sean.
He did.
Well, fire, they'll drift it back toward the front of the net. Colin Raver with it now for Stevens Point. Raver, 8:20 to go in the third. St. Norbert, a 2-1 lead over Finlandia late. And looks like Eau Claire has gotten on the board. So 2-1 there as we keep an eye on other things. All right. Qualiata back to get it for Stevens Point. Round on the near side. Stout out of the reach here of Dmitry Kobianski. He will reverse around. Pointers with a alert stick there to get it. And Qualiata will gulf it. Does it go out of play? No. Zek had it, lost it. Carty reaching for it, couldn't come away with it. Stout. Toscano looked to be offside again. And Alleman with it now for Stevens Point, up the far side, but not out. Alleman with a big hit there on the far side. Zek reaching for it. Oh, great stick lift here by Alleman to force it. Stout wins that battle. They'll turn, fire a shot wide to the far side. Around it comes all the way out. Back at center ice, Matthias Aman sends it back. He'll carve it ahead somehow to Hunter Anderson. And it'll end up back behind the Stevens Point net. Pointers with it. Now, lead pass. Here's a 2-on-1 developing. Carty flips it through. Duffin out of midair. Couldn't get it. Austin Kelly swiping at it. Brady Myers makes a save. And now Carty tied up on the far side. And that's the last thing you need here.
I don't think anything's going to come from it, Tommy.
So Carty will come back on. Is that Connor Chambers?
It is Connor Chambers, Tommy. You think they've gone back? Oh, they're going to throw him in. They're going to throw him in the box after talking about it. So they're going to match those players up.
Yep, it's 21. So it is Adam Kressel. Roughing calls each of them. St. Norbert now a 3-1 lead over Finlandia. Face off to the left side of Brady Myers. Northland leading Lawrence 4-2. St. John still holding a 2-0 lead over St. Thomas. That was a 7:30 start at St. Thomas. All right, puck loose in the Stevens Point defensive end. Drew McLean turns and fires it down the length of the ice. And Stevens Point with a 4-on-4 here will get whistled for an icing call. St. Mary's trying to keep moving up in the standings in the MIAC, Sean. A 3-0 lead over Hamlin.
And the game in Westman Arena just went final, Tommy. The Yellow Jackets upset the Blue Golds 2-1. And I believe that gives...
So Superior finishes 3-3-2 in the WIAC and just 1 point out of second place.
Yep. Yikes.
Didn't see that coming.
Yep.
All right, Duffin. So, Sean, that means the Pointers clinch the regular season title and the #1 seed, regardless of what happens in the final 6:27 here. All right, around it goes. McLean has his stick held. Got it free to Corrali. Ahead it goes to TJ Rue. Pokes it around. Rue, great alert stick here to keep it going. Now he'll flip it ahead. Feeds it to Corrali on the far side. Carter Rue coming toward the front of the net. Corrali backs off, shoved off, throws it to Rue in front of the net. Broken up nicely by Stout, but then poked free by TJ Rue. To Carter Rue behind the net. 58 to go in the 4-on-4. As Carter Rue shoved down there, so TJ Rue with a stick lift again. Comes to Beauvais in, couldn't get a shot off. Kick wide by Carter Rue, literally with a skate. Here's Beauvais, far corner to Carter Rue. Out high to Beauvais. Beauvais fires a shot, side of the net. TJ Rue to Carter Rue on the far side. Rue spinning away, trying to get free. Defender all over him, and lost the handle on the puck as stepping in to get it was Gavin Smith for Stout.
Coming up, Tommy, on
who's this going to be on? Stevens Point? TJ Rue?
Yeah.
So, 5.5 to go in the third. 28 seconds remaining.
And then it's going to be a tripping call on TJ Rue, Tommy. So, we will have 28 seconds of a 4-on-3 and then back to 5-on-4.
All right. So, I'll tell you the other thing to keep in mind here, Sean, is that makes tomorrow a gigantic game for Eau Claire as far as the national picture of things goes.
That game hurts the Blue Golds, Tommy. you cannot afford to lose. I know the Yellow Jackets are getting things put together here in the second half, but their pairwise ranking and their RPI is not good.
All right, Stevens Point now works it free. They'll send it to length of the ice. 5:10 to go here in period number 3. So the proverbial trap game bites the Blue Goals.
It does.
And somehow, so far, Stevens Point has found a way to battle through it. All right, now it's a 5-on-4 power play. Stevens Point will get it, and careening puck to center ice. Bounces free. 4:48 to go here in the third. All right, here's Stout bringing it in on the power play. Shot fired. Billing left a big rebound out there, but it cleared aside. Boy, these guys really battling in front of Eli Billing here, who came off the bench. Near side it comes. Long shot fired through. Billing never saw it, but it went wide. Rebound to Alex Bowe on the far side. He'll look to send it deep. Back out high, he comes to Clevin. Clevin feeds it on the half wall on the near side. Coming back free. Up high, Clevin with a shot off the glove of Billing. Rebound wide. Chris Alleman bodies up, but couldn't come away with a puck. McLean setting up in front of the net now. Stout back out in front. Comes free here, too. Alex Nagel with a shot. Billing with a save. Rebound plucked out of midair, and I think Billing got a piece of that on the way back through. Out high it comes. Clevin dances free. Feeds it far side. 30 seconds to go on the Blue Devil power play. Out high to Clevin. Near side. Couldn't get it cleanly. Hit a body. That's BJ Duffin with a skate with a block. That stung him. He'll get back to his feet. Long shot in the goal. From the point on the far side, it is Alex Bowe with the goal. So the number 7 dressed defenseman with a power play goal here for Stout makes it 6-3 with 3:47 to go.
No chance for Eli Billing, Tommy. That found room right underneath the crossbar and then into the back of the net.
This 3 minutes and 47 seconds can't come off the clock fast enough.
Why are all of these games with the Blue Devils just so weird? We talk about it every
Hardy
season,
sends it
Tommy.
deep for Kelly O'Brien. He's penned up. Zach Zeck after it as well. Our side coming up on 3.5 to go in the third. Bittner had it, pinballing puck away. Stick lift here by Kelly O'Brien. Keeps it in the offensive end here for the Pointers. Half wall in the near side. Zach Zeck coming free all alone in front of the net. Shot. Rebound loose in front. Kelly O'Brien shot the goal, but they wave it off. They're calling it a hand pass, and oh man. That's a bummer for Kelly O'Brien.
Well, that would have made it a 4-point night for number 9, Tommy. As they'll wave off the goal, they'll say hand pass.
So a hand pass. Well, a hand pass into the net is what they'll say. So he knocked it in with his glove. No can do on that. All right, so face-off just outside. Boy, from what I'm seeing here, Sean, now right point blank, Tanner Carty with a backhanded shot, fought off by Myers. O'Brien slides it out high to Bittner. Cross ice to Beauvais. Shot toward the net. That's a headhunter that caught the glass. According to the high-speed Twitter wire of Mr. Garver.
Yes.
It's the first Yellow Jacket win against Eau Claire since 2010. Eli Billing hustling out of the net to get it to Tanner Carty. He tried to reverse it back. Defender lost a stick. Here's Bittner with it now. 2:48 to go. Carty draws a defender in, shoves it ahead for Zeck. Intercepted. Fader got a stick on it. Fader out there with Zeck and Beauvais at the moment. Carty will get it. Cross the red line. He'll send it deep and come off with 2.5 minutes to go.
See if Brady Meyer comes off here, Tommy, for the Blue Devils.
Our side, Toscano, who I believe got the first Stout goal of the night, right?
Correct.
And it is Tanner Carty, it is Stephen Qualiato with it. Off the boards, far side. Off the glass and back in by Stout with 2 minutes to go in the third. Behind the net, pile up. Corrali there to get it, nothing going. And it'll be TJ Rue, I think, or Carter Rue, that finally works it out of the zone. 6-3 to Stevens Point lead, minute 50 to go. Pointers are going to secure win number 22, but it wasn't easy. Qualiata now flips it far side, intercepted. Carter Rue on the forecheck. goes after it with a minute and a half to go. Now Stout turns it over. Duffin will get it. Duffin hops around a defender, goes behind the net to TJ Rue. TJ Rue in the far corner, one of those 6 seniors out there for Stevens Point. Duffin digs it free for Stevens Point. Austin Kelly off the bench. Duffin dragged down but keeps it going. Boy, still between 2 defenders, keeps it going. Far side, Toscano looks to dig it out, and he does. Comes back in, minute 10 to go here. Stevens Point's going to run their winning streak to 16 games. Second longest in school history. Qualiata walks through a couple of defenders, and Myers pushes that aside with a minute to go in the period. Wilson Northey, tell you what, he's played some valuable minutes here tonight for the Pointers. Up the wall on the near side, and big hit here by Ethan Strong on Bo, and got it back going the other way, and a penalty call.
Yeah, it's going to be a tripping call on Bo, Tommy. He hauled Ethan Strong down right in front of us.
No.
Tyler Gregory looked at that penalty, Tommy. He was 5 feet in front of him, and it was the far official that had to make the call. So a power play chance for the Pointers here in the final minute, as it will be Bo for Stout going to the box for tripping.
Hockey brought to you by the Rock and Roll Cafe, your go-to restaurant for the best breakfast in the area. Starting at 6 a.m., lunch and dinner too, 2801 Stanley Street, Stevens Point. Face off to the right side of Brady Myers, 45 seconds to go. Stephen Beauvais sends it deep to Kelly O'Brien. Out high to Zek. Who's on main power play here for the Pointers? Beauvais off the near wall, back in. He'll look to center it off of Kelly O'Brien, near side, 30 seconds to go. And Stout will get it and send it the link to the ice. Eli Billing. Well, I tell you what, we talk about what a cool customer Connor Reichman is. He lost it here tonight. It is Eli Billing now. Beauvais far side, hemmed up there. They will chip it ahead. Raver leaves it back. Raver to O'Brien. 8 seconds to go. Here's Kelly O'Brien coming. Shot. Myers a save. Rebound hammered. Tanner Carty with a shot. Another save made, and that will do it. Well, it didn't come easy, Sean, despite a meltdown in the second period. Stevens Point able to turn it on and clinch the number 1 seed in the WIEC regular season championship with a 6-3 win over a very game UW-Stout team here tonight.
Expect the Blue Devils to come out and try to ruin senior night for the Pointers. They gave the Pointers everything they could handle here tonight, and the Pointers find a way. Good teams find a way to win these hockey games, Tommy. They did tonight with a big 6-3 win. I'm going to be interesting to see what Coach Krieger has to say. I'm not
100% convinced he may come up here.
He might not come up, actually, but
we'll see. But I tell you what, a meltdown through that mid stages of the second period, and able to turn it on when you did, and get enough to get the win here tonight.
Right.
That's what's most important. So Stevens Point now 22-0-2 in the season, 7-0. They clinch first place, and home ice will come through Willett Arena in the WIEC. Stout now 13-10-1. They go to 0-6-1. That means they will be at River Falls next weekend with the winner coming here.
Tomorrow night's games in the WIEC mean nothing. Well, I mean, for the Pointers it means national things, but for the rest of the conference, they're going to be everything's been decided where people will be next weekend.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with our post-game show. We'll get the thoughts of Pointers coach Tyler Krieger. We'll pick our Pointer Blue Line Club player of the game and sort this one out. Stevens Point wins it 6-3. Back with our post-game show after this timeout on Sportsman 100.5.
Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language like Spanish, French,